I think we're live.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This has been a rocky road here. I want to see this. I'm gonna see it before I believe that we finally made it.
Email you so I say enabling or something. It's like, are we going? Hey!
Can you see us? We're gonna move back if you can see us, but I don't see the live stream.
Well, I think it's hard for you to see it because you gotta. You can see it.
We're live. Okay.
Just click on the thing so we can see where we're at. Go back to the OBS.
See where we're at.
Okay.
Let's
just chill on the floor.
Now let's frame the shot. No, just get up. Okay. Now it's okay. Let's be all proper.
How this works?
Welcome to vegetable lasagna.
The visual lasagna show.
The visual vegetable lasagna show. We that was an intense 4 hours of we thought we finally got it, and then we didn't.
Then we did again, and then we did it again.
We got all the way to YouTube, and then it crashed and failed on us. Well, it didn't even really. It just kind of got stuck.
It crashed and failed us on a few times, though. I mean, little things along the way have all crashed and failed.
It all crashed and burned eventually, but
I feel like everyone else just kind of pushes the button and then they're streaming, and we gotta we're fiddling with encoders and all this other shit.
We're a half hour late, so
that's okay.
Remember our very first radio show? We went there, and no one had taught us. They
didn't even show us how to use the stuff.
They told us how to. They told us oh yeah, you got the show. He came in we did the tour.
He's like, yeah, you flip these knobs and you're good to go. And
that was about it. Yeah. So so we just accepted it, and then we get there, and
it was not that easy.
There's all these things we did. We actually it was the exact same scenario. Actually, we had people who were listening. Who were like, "You're live." So we're back. We're back. We're back to where we started. This is circular.
Well, we've still progressed technologically from radio.
Now we're back to the webcam that doesn't look good.
We went from radio to online radio. It's a nice logical step. Now we have online radio with faces.
We have coffee.
Yeah, and coffee.
That's good. That was I hate doing those technical things. I thought Abe had done all this nice stuff for us to get it all set up, and I thought I understood it. And we kind of got there. We kind of did some tests that seemed like they were going places, and then of course the day of.
I feel like I might just need a nice webcam, nice-ish, moderately priced.
I have another one. We can try it.
Oh.
I didn't think we'd be using a webcam.
I figured you did whenever we made the vocal decision. Well, let's just use the webcam. I thought that was just a.
No.
Okay.
I meant let's get live because we're 20 minutes late.
All right.
No, that's all my thinking was. Anyway, tonight's show is brought to us by the great coffee of Ethiopia.
Ooh, Ethiopians.
This one's good. Yeah, Ethiopia is where they first discovered what you can do with coffee.
Really? Is it coffee?
The story goes that there was a goat herder who noticed that his goats were particularly hyper, and they were eating the coffee cherry that has the coffee beans inside of it. And so he's like, well, I can cook those and soak them in water. Yeah. And then he did, I guess, and then we have coffee. Fun fact for the day.
Yeah. I've heard that story before, so I think everybody's heard that story before.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I'll quit.
We're off to a great start.
Get this going, and you're already all critical. Hey, everyone. Oh, they can't see the cat, can they? I don't know how far this goes.
Nah, it goes as far as we can see it.
He doesn't like to get picked up, so they'll get to see the cats. That'll be cool.
Yeah. Because it's a live show.
So, I guess we should probably get past the frazzled opening here. What's new? I haven't seen you in the last week.
Oh yeah. Nothing, honestly.
You've been all busy. It's just work.
Yeah, just working. Girlfriend went to the hospital.
She okay?
Yeah, she's fine now, or she will be fine, I guess. They don't know yet too, gallbladder stuff or just I don't know, a belly infection.
A belly. I like that. I like that you say gallbladder and then it's a belly. It's either gallbladder or it's her gallbladder or it's her belly.
Yeah, they're like, well, something's hurt. Yeah, we're gonna give you antibiotics and all this other stuff.
Something's hurt.
Yeah, they took X-rays. Well, it's not as definite.
The X-rays didn't tell.
I currently not. So
did this happen yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why you missed the rehearsal.
Yeah, I'd take her to the hospital. Yeah, unexcused absence.
But things seem like they're improving.
Yeah. I don't know. She said the pain's not hurting as much, and that was after a few, like, you know.
The pain's not hurting as
Yeah,
much.
well, I mean, it was pretty. It was painful enough.
Hurt.
It was painful enough to get her to the hospital. So you know, it's somewhere between going to the hospital again and just hurting. You know, so I mean, it's going down.
It's just your phrasing that's amusing. You've seen Annie Hall, right?
Yeah, like half of it.
You ever watch the second time?
No.
Did you get to the part where he's supposed to go to some award ceremony and he feels all terrible, and then they bring him chicken? And
I don't think so.
okay, I won't spoil it because it's a very silly
Uh-huh.
scene, but it deals with things hurting and whatnot.
And chickens.
Yeah, and there's like a dead chicken that's cooked. You know, it's like there's parts of a chicken, like the meat of a chicken is on a plate in this context. We did have the rehearsal yesterday.
How'd it go?
It went very well.
Right.
I love this cast. They're great people.
Who all was there?
There
was character-wise, I guess you'd say.
Oh, you can see Schrodinger's tail.
Oh,
it's a stop. It's an Easter egg. Let's see, Leah, obviously.
Okay.
Rachel was there for the first time.
Yes.
John, Liz.
John showed up?
John Bowen.
Oh,
not John Bowen.
I was like, oh, sweet, John.
And John is hilarious. He's starting. You can tell that John's one of those guys who doesn't like to rehearse very much.
He just likes to show up and read the line.
Can we just film this? I mean, do I?
He's like, you said I was in a movie, not a rehearsal. And it's like,
well, he's one of those guys where they're like I don't think he's practicing outside of rehearsals because he just assumes he'll show up and it'll be perfect, and maybe it will. I don't know.
We'll find out.
I know he didn't know. The only real line he had in adaptation was that long monologue at the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't know that. So that's really the only experience I've had. So
luckily for that monologue, you only see his face for like the last 2 seconds, so you can kind of just ignore the first part.
He says the punctuality thing. So, but he's very funny. So like you give him a line like no parties or whatever, he knocks it out of the park. But we gave him he come up with a new thing. He's starting to come up with his own little jokes to throw in there. We came up with some new stuff, and that was fun. And Rachel had not come to one yet. She was great. She was very funny. She had some funny ideas for how to do some of those things. I won't spoil them for you because they're very silly. And Liz is really getting it. She's doing really well.
Liz. Oh yeah, Liz. Not used to hearing Liz.
Mrs. Henderson.
Yeah, Miss Henderson.
Mrs. Henderson.
Miss.
And then let's see who else. I think that might have been it. No one really. Not a lot of people were able to make the specific time, but the ones who did were they're really getting their scenes down. I
got stuck at work, and it was partially my own fault.
But then the
hospital stuff was
the
actually
gallbladder got hurt.
Yeah, the
belly hurt.
This is what happened. Was I set my alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning, so I can get to work at 7 and get out an hour early, get out around 2, get down to the thing at 2:30. Well, little to my knowing, it is daylight savings. It is daylight savings time. Yeah. So my attempt to get at work early resulted in me showing up exactly on time. And
that was she told me. It was really funny.
It was really frustrating. I get there and I'm like, why is the clock it's like, oh crap, 9 o'clock. I'm like, what? And then 8 o'clock. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah.
Then, no, your phone didn't alert you that.
I set my alarm on a separate alarm clock. Otherwise, I'll just.
Who has alarm clocks?
I do, because otherwise,
Do you really?
Yeah, phone alarms don't work for me.
Listeners, viewers, whatever you are, if you have do you guys have alarm clocks?
I put
gimmicky attempt to pretend we're a show now.
Have a poll. Alarm clock? No
alarm clocks or not? And I'm not anywhere near the computer, so I can't even see what you're saying.
Yeah, we can't look at your comments.
Well, we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna fix this. We'll have it figured out going forward.
We get to look afterwards and see all the comments. Be like, what were we talking about right there?
I don't know if they disappear or what exactly, because we didn't really play that much with the chat business. So this is it's a complete mess, but it's vegetable lasagna. So I mean, did you think you'd be getting something perfect? I always think we do, and then it's never this way. But
just like real lasagna.
Just like real lasagna.
Just like real lasagna.
Did you think it would be clean or the way you thought it would be? Did you think you'd have the right ingredients?
There's bits of meat in your vegetables today.
There's meats in your vegetables today.
Yeah. I have an alarm clock because I can put the alarm clock on the other side of the room, and when it goes off, I have to stand up, go over there, turn it off, and I actually wake up instead of just like slapping at my phone until the alarm goes away and then sleeping.
Have you ever had the dream kind of like Lou's where he's got phones everywhere?
What happens to me is I'll be asleep, I'll hear it vibrating, and like going off, and then it turns off, and then like I panic an hour later, realizing that my phone was going off, and I wake up and I'm late. And so it's like,
yeah, that's oversleeping. Yeah, I think people do that. Yeah.
Well, it's like
it's,
I feel like I sleepwalk and turn off the phone basically. Like it's
or
like
you sleep through it.
Well, yeah, no, but it does. It'll keep going. It won't stop.
But eventually it does.
No, it does not.
Oh.
like it'll stop because I'm pretty sure I turned it off. Like I don't know. I've left my alarm going once before. Like I came home, my phone was plugged in, and it was like going. It was like 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I had to get up at 8. And, yeah, I don't know. Coffee break.
More and more exciting when you can see the dead air. I think I really want to get Walden Pond a Skype thing, which I think we actually can do. Now, even just from what we've done today, that doesn't seem like that'd be impossible to have just the head of Walden Pond right here.
Just floating.
Yeah.
The disembodied head of Walden Pond.
It's like rotating. It's Hank Hilling.
I think it'd be fun to put his head on random objects, like every weekend.
Yeah, we should just get like a bust, and then we can put his head on top of it, and then there's like a muscular Roman body underneath it or something.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to get back on the show. We just clearly our technical difficulties have not helped.
Did you see his like Miami spring break party pictures of him like?
Yeah, I think he just hangs out on the beach all the time now.
He looks like a college kid now. It's so weird. Like he looks like frat dude. Like he's with all of his bros.
Just a little
he's with all of his bros like drinking like beer off the beach, and it's like, oh, okay.
He's mingling with the young college co-eds now.
Maybe he's watching the show. Do we know?
I didn't share the link anywhere because I don't. Oh, I would. I was.
Nobody knows we're here.
Because I thought like 5 minutes before we were supposed to start, we would be able to kind of coordinate it all, and then we got stuck on YouTube.
Yes.
We were right there. We were ready, like right on time, and then
video was one place and it wasn't another. What if it like stopped right now and we just have no way of knowing?
Then we're not even doing anything.
No, we're still going. I don't like this. It's impossible to tell.
Oh, what we could do is look at the if they're still talking.
Who?
The listeners, the viewers, whatever they are. I wonder. Yeah, like does this?
Go click on the YouTube page. See what happens. You want me to do it?
This is you do it.
All right, you talk about stuff. Well,
I'm going to talk about stuff because I have stuff to talk about. What happened? Well, we've had a second screening now, which was cool. Anything? No, Bueller.
This says we've been going for 12 minutes.
Only 12 minutes. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, we've been downgraded from good to okay. I see.
Hey, peak concurrent hour viewers won. We've had a viewer.
I think Abe is watching. He's probably shaking his head, like, oh, these guys. I brought these guys over from Super Nuts, and they
Jesus Christ
can't even do a web stream. Hey, is this?
I think we're a few seconds.
For 12 minutes.
Only 12 minutes. I'm doing things with my finger to try to make it look like. Okay, we've been downgraded from good to okay. I see. Alright, you should mute that, but leave it on. Okay, so okay. So we had our second screening of Adaptation.
Yes,
these guys. I brought these guys.
It did.
Over
It happened very well.
It happened very well.
Yeah, we sold out.
I'm confused about their selling out process. Is this? We keep selling out, and then there's like. I don't know.
12 minutes.
Doing things with my fingers to try to make it look like.
Okay, we've been downgraded from good to okay.
Specific.
We
should just tell people to buy those because then people will be sitting there. Okay, so
no.
Okay. So we had our second screening.
On your own 2 legs.
Yes.
And like they print off your tickets with like the handicaps on the wall. Like, thank you.
Yeah, we sold out.
I'm confused about their selling out process. No one else is going to say they keep selling out, and then there's like
a handicapped person might. What if like small people
doing things with my fingers to try to make it look
sold out.
like. Okay, we've been downgraded from good to okay.
A person with a physical disability.
We should just tell people to buy these
because then people look and they see on the website it says sold out.
So
do they?
So shaking the other second.
on your own 2 legs.
Yes.
And like they print off your tickets with like the handicaps on the wall.
Yeah, we sold out.
I was like, that's the exact opposite of what I said to do. A handicapped person might. What if like small people
Doing things with my fingers to try to make it look like. Okay, we've been downgraded from good to
turns off when it gets too hot.
So shaking the other second. Yes.
Is that Abe saying that or you saying that?
Abe saying that.
That everything isn't?
He said it was fucked.
You said it's not. So I was asking if that was you or Abe.
What? No, I said it was not fucked. You've created an audio feedback that you have to mute it for a sec. I don't understand.
I think you should have muted it on YouTube instead of muting the computer.
Well, I switched back. What do you mean? That's just your speaker volume.
Yes. So you should have muted it on YouTube instead of just the speaker volume.
I watched that thing, so we should be good.
Are we streaming?
Yes. They get to look at my face up close and personal.
What we should have done was just do this like 5 hours ago, and then go through all the problems.
We have an okay stream apparently.
And it is going.
I don't know. We're waiting on that part.
Do the live stream and
there we go. Yes, he says we're gonna. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I'm just so stressed and annoyed at this.
This is so much easier when they don't have to see us.
Well, it will be easy when we work out the kinks. We just have not worked out any of the kinks yet.
Gotta work out them kinks.
There's a million kinks left. All the kinks.
It's a very bumpy road.
All the Davies brothers. All the kinks. Everything.
Davies brothers. Oh, the Kinks. Okay.
Do you like the Kinks?
No, not really. Well, I don't not like them. It's just one of those bands I never really listened to.
I think they got a couple albums that are good.
Okay.
Then they had their 80s funk was not that good.
Aw.
It was like most bands. Like
yeah.
the Stones had the same problem. Although you're more apologetic, I think, for 80s things than I am.
I'm a little
I don't even know it's quite apologetic. It's just like
that makes it sound like I feel sorry for them.
downright nostalgic.
Yeah, I'm very nostalgic for it, and I have no reason to be.
Well, okay. Did you listen to Houston and Allison? Their interview?
No, I did not have access to a radio at the time.
Do you have a computer?
No, not on me.
You can do it on your phone, probably.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I don't know.
It's probably doable. Well, they,
How were they?
Well, the funny thing is, and I don't want to be like, hopefully it doesn't come off mean, but it's just like, they're both so laid back that it's hard to get a quick soundbite out of them.
Oh yeah.
Whereas I think we're like we just talk and talk and talk and talk, and then they're kind of like they go at that pace that's very relaxed and laid back, and it's very different when you're kind of watching them because you can tell just how like. You're just watching them is almost like a pleasant experience of watching people slowly talk and get their thing going.
Well, did Houston like get stuck on a story and not stop, or like was it?
No, it's just
okay.
Like he'll ask Ignacio will ask like a pointed question, and Houston takes maybe a little longer than Ignacio anticipated to get there. And like I'm entertained, but it's like I feel like it's not quite the soundbite that he was hoping for.
He's waiting for the next time he can ask another question.
Yeah, well, Ignacio's the best person I think if like you're going to be on with somebody because he can actually engage in a normal conversation. It's not just give me a soundbite really quick, then I'm going to ask another thing for another soundbite.
Yeah.
But I mean that's pretty much how these short, focused live interviews tend to be more of like they're not really a conversation because it's really just like
you're supposed to come out, like say your stuff and
checkpoint.
Yes.
Which is not how we are for a different reason, and it's not quite how they are for their own reason. So it was kind of funny listening to that and kind of seeing how that worked. We're almost done with all this press stuff. I've got like one or two more things. We got a thing with a guy. He runs like Map Filmmaker or something or other.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Ben's gonna be able to make it to that, so it's you and me.
Now they can see the Schrodinger.
Yeah, presumably. This is my beautiful cat.
They may or may not be able to see Schrodinger.
I don't even have energy for a snare after that. You're just gonna get in a fight? Don't fight the cat. Movies. Have you seen any movies lately? I feel like I've seen a few movies.
I feel like I have. I'm not sure what. I saw Adaptation again. Yeah.
Adaptation.
It's
funny when Ignacio says that too. Adaptation. He panics a little bit because he really wants to say adaptation.
Yeah, everyone does.
Adaptation?
Adaptation? Yeah. You just like stutter through that middle part so no one can tell what it is.
He's like,
adaptation.
Just let it be over.
I feel like I should have seen something. You saw something. Did you see that?
I saw Heaven's Gate.
Oh, you went. How was it?
It wasn't going to work anyway.
We could have screening roomed it sometime.
I wasn't convinced it was going to be worth watching.
But it was worth paying for to go see it.
I see your point.
The opposite.
I like seeing movies in the theater.
How was it?
It was very good. Actually.
See, so it would have been worth it.
I really liked it.
Oh man, is it just weird, bizarre? What is it like?
No, it's
you
just
said it was
yeah. Well, I don't know the whole story behind it. I'm actually kind of interested in buying the book about it because
okay.
I'm curious both about the story of making the movie and the true story that inspired it.
Interesting.
But it's about it's a huge epic about you got like a westward expansion in like I don't know like Wyoming or wherever, and there's an influx of European immigrants, and you have sort of the clash between the people who think of themselves like, well, they're the Americans, and then there's the European immigrants, and there's so many of them that they can't like eat and feed themselves, and so a lot of them are like stealing cattle or trying to do whatever stuff, and so then there becomes this push to, well, they're all thugs and criminals, so we have to kill them, and so there becomes this list of 125 of the immigrants who need to get killed, and it's like government president approved, and so they hire a bunch of mercenaries essentially to go. I don't know quite mercenaries, people who volunteer to kill them, so like amateur mercenaries,
like bounty hunters,
kind of, yeah,
amateur bounty hunter kind of thing.
to go kill them, and so that's happening, and then you have a marshal.
Knock some water over onto your lap.
Then mess it all up. Be interesting.
I don't know how to be interesting on camera. I've never had to do this before. Normally it's just my voice. We're gonna wait anxiously for him to return.
He's following me. He's following me to get all the water bottles.
He's gonna go knock him over there.
Okay, so
alright, so yeah, Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
The gates of heaven.
So you have so the main character is a marshal who comes from wealth. He's very rich, Marshall Wealth. So now he's a marshal and essentially identifies with the side of the poor immigrants, European people. He's in love with an immigrant prostitute.
Ooh. Wants
to marry her. Incidentally, so does Christopher Walken, who is the sheriff.
Okay.
And,
I like it already.
but Christopher Walken also goes and like kills the immigrants too. But he sees it from the side of like, well, you can't just like steal a cow and kill it because you're hungry. Like,
yeah.
So you can kind of see where he's coming from. But he's then they have the love triangle with that, and it becomes this big thing where the mercenaries are coming to kill all these people, and like there's like family people, so it becomes this big mess, and it's this really, really overlong, crazy epic movie, but it's really good.
Huh. It doesn't sound like something you'd normally be into. So
no, it doesn't. Yeah, no, it's like Seven Samurai or
every time you say epic, I'm like,
or like The Last Samurai, but more on my speed.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful like the.
This is a new movie, old movie?
This is 80, I think.
80, okay. It's like, it's either really, really old Christopher Walken or like semi-not old Christopher Walken.
No, he's young, actually.
Really? Okay.
He's got his very young face and a mustache. His voice is mostly the same. It's aged. It's wrinkly a little. It's a little more wrinkly now.
His voice is wrinkled?
His voice has wrinkled over the years, over the decades.
That's the important part.
Well, that's okay. So some of the stories behind the filming of it are like apparently the director felt that when they built this like city street, he needed more space, and so he decides he needs 6 more feet. And so they say, okay, we'll tear down one side and move it back 6 feet. He's like, no, we got to move both back 3 feet. Stuff like that, or we're gonna wait hours until the clouds are in the background the way he wants them. And then you watch the movie, the clouds are perfect. They are.
Right, you can totally tell they moved each side out 3 feet, not 1 6.
Well, no, I don't know about the city street, but
I can maybe see what he thought would. Maybe he had like some background that looked perfect, and he just wanted a little more.
I think it was stuff like that, but then you watch the movie, and the shots are just amazingly framed, and just some of the coordination and stuff that goes into it.
I'd be so pissed.
Then the embarrassing thing, the very last shot of the movie, for like 20 seconds, is completely out of focus.
Yeah, maybe that was an artistic decision.
Well, that's what you say when the last shot of your movie is out of
that's
focus.
That's what all of our shots, like really stiff, like pans were and whatnot.
Oh, they were artistic. Yeah, they're supposed to be rough, like life.
So that's how you move your head in life.
Life is amateur, not shot well. But no, so it's I really enjoyed it. It doesn't need to be 3 hours and 40 minutes long. But it's a lot. It goes a lot faster than Seven Samurai, I would say.
Oh,
I thought Seven Samurai was at times almost a chore. It
was very slow. There were a lot of times where after like 4 or 5 of those little mini invasions, like we still got 15 guys to kill, and you're like, oh crap, they get like 1 or 2 each time.
I think when you get to that part, it's not that bad, but just the like 2 hours, 2.5 hours it took to get there.
Yeah.
where it's like we're gonna sit around and wait for the next guy to come, and then we're gonna sit around and wait for the next guy to come. I really like that movie, but it's
I like when they're just knocking out whoever came in. That's like their test.
Yeah, I think this one at least has like a weird love story and some crazy stuff. You got
Christopher Walken.
This one, I mean, the bad guys are actually a little bit more developed.
Okay.
And now I think it's a good movie. It's kind of like watching a GOP debate.
I was gonna say it sounds like a very timely release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a GOP debate, but with a conscience, and it doesn't feel as slow. So that I really enjoyed that. I feel like there's something else I saw too. I can't remember what it was.
I could have sworn I saw something, but I have no idea what it was.
Well, what came out recently? I'm trying to think. Did you go to a $5 Tuesday?
No, it's tomorrow. I didn't go to one last week at all.
Last week you came here and we did our last show, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, no, that can't be right.
It might have been.
No, because we had it out last week.
What?
We did the last show came out last Tuesday, so.
Oh. I don't know. I'm thinking about going to see Cloverfield, but I had like a not twist blown for me kind of a thing. So it's like.
I think that would be so much more interesting if it was not connected to Cloverfield.
Well, that's the not twist that I heard is that it's not connected to it.
But the fact that they make it
I know, yeah. You see what
it
I mean?
is though, because it answers the question of whether there's anything going on outside.
No, it's not. Well, no, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not connected to the previous film.
By having Cloverfield in the title, you know that there's some supernatural crazy thing happening.
But it's not connected to that at all. Is the thing. That was the spoiler that I heard. It's not connected to the previous film in any way.
But it's not going to be just that he's a John.
Well, of course there's not. I mean, it's like, but it's not.
It ruins the suspense.
Well, I mean, there's gonna be something weird because even in the trailers you hear like weird noises and shit. Like, I don't know.
Weird noises are different than.
I don't know.
The fact that he called it Cloverfield killed.
I will see it. I'll
like 80% of my interest in watching it.
Well, it kills my interest that it's not connected at all.
Cloverfield wasn't even good.
But I know, but why make it a semi-sequel? Make it look like it's going to be more interesting than the first one, than just not have it be a sequel at all. Just give it a whole new name. They just gave it a name for brand recognition, and then they made some played-up marketing where like, oh look, it's a sequel to this.
It's a good trailer until you get to the title, and you're like, oh, well screw it.
Yeah, no, I had the exact opposite experience where I'm like, okay, this looks interesting. And I'm like, oh, okay, it might be connected to the first one.
But the first one's not good.
It was okay. It was plenty good. If a movie's okay, the sequel has more potential to be better than the first.
Most sequels are not better than the first.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, there's like 5.
Ha! No, it's not.
The Hangover 2.
1's normally good, 2's normally better. Fellowship of the Ring, 2 Towers.
It's not. No, it doesn't work that way normally. Okay, those are epic like continuations of one story. Your average ones are going to be, you've got what? Hangover 2, you've got Jaws 2, you've got I'm trying to think. I don't know.
See, I'm trying to think of sequels in general.
What's a sequel that's come out?
Which is, well, at this point, we're all in like sequel like 5 and 6, which seems like most movies.
Yeah, Iron Man 2.
Yeah, God.
Thor 2 was probably as bad as the first one. I didn't watch it though. Avengers 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't like Avengers 2.
I'm trying to think if I liked it more or less than this first one. It's like, what's the the first one was okay, then the second one was bad, I guess. I don't know.
I think the average sequel is not good. You get the occasional good ones.
So fine, it can be one of the occasional good ones.
Okay, but
see, yeah.
Where is there to go with the story of there's a monster that's attacking the city?
I don't know exactly. That's the whole point of the sequel. So
I don't know what. I just don't know what's interesting.
I'm not the guy who wrote the movie. I don't know what happens next.
I'd be totally intrigued if the trailer just had a different name, because I love that setup. It's very Twilight Zone-y. It's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
But yeah, you can be happy now. It's not connected to it.
It is though.
It's not.
It spoils the fact.
Name is,
now I know something supernatural.
It's more like it just
outside.
happens to have the same title.
No, there's gonna be more to it than that.
Watch as there's not.
There'll be something. There'll be stupid references to like companies that, like people, like they went to the store, worked for like the biohazmat logo, and the first one's probably gonna come up somewhere or something stupid like that, or like some name. Like it'll be some very vague thing that like.
Just the address happens to be Cloverfield, which is some random name that they use for the title of the movie.
If you happen to watch, like, if you pay attention to every name and logo and everything in the first one, it probably there's Easter eggs. Just that's what he did with Lost, all the Dharma crap and all this other stuff, and it didn't really matter. Yeah,
I don't believe it, but I'll go see it anyways and let you know.
Well, I don't remember the first one well enough to probably even notice them.
So why would it matter? It's like at that point, it doesn't
because
make a difference.
it killed the suspense because it's no longer a story about is there something crazy going on outside or is John Goodman lying, which is the interesting part of that pitch.
Yeah, but you don't know if there is because it's not connected to the first one.
You know there's something because it has Cloverfield in the title.
No, they just
that ruins it.
I'm telling you, they just use that to drive up attention for the
film.
film.
You haven't seen it.
I know, but I've already had it spoiled for me.
The whole thing?
Not the whole thing, but the fact that it's not connected in any way.
From
That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that someone who did see it totally, like, yeah, it's Cloverfield, but it has nothing to do with the first one.
We'll see.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm saying, is we'll see, but it's like, at
but
that
it's
point,
not
it's
interesting now because it has Cloverfield in the title. That's where I'm stuck.
Yeah. See, I thought the first Cloverfield was pretty good.
It's just like a dumb monster.
Yeah, but it came out with found footage. Wasn't as it was newer at the time.
Yeah,
and it was taking a Godzilla movie and doing it from the ground.
Was that before Paranormal Activity or after? I can't remember.
It might have been before because I remember watching Cloverfield
okay. So
way with it.
It was like 2008, 2009ish, somewhere in there, I think.
Speed info. Let's go internet. Help me.
It's probably more interesting to watch you on your phone than it was to listen to you on your phone.
I mean, you can't hear. There's no typing noises, so you can't hear like it sounds like I'm on a typewriter.
I'm gonna pull out my typewriter and look up when Cloverfield came out.
I have a Bluetooth typewriter for my phone. Actually, that sounds like fun.
I bet that exists. I'm sure for hipsters
you'd probably have to I don't know. You could probably make one. I mean, still.
I think Paranormal Activity came to a wide release in 2009. Was Cloverfield before 2009?
We're gonna find out.
Because I think they got 2009, 10, 11, and they kind of went from there.
Still, I think it came out at a time where it wasn't as...
Yeah, you had...
This was 2008.
2008. So I guess that would have been probably before all the Paranormal Activity craziness happened. So, and you got the monster thing. So, yeah, I mean
I thought it was interesting. You know, it's...
Were there really any found footage things between...
Oh, Paranormal Activity was 2007.
No, but it was made in 2007, but it didn't get...
The release date 2009, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no,
I'm trying to think, between Blair Witch and Cloverfield, were there any really...
There might have been a few little things that didn't really take off.
Yeah, okay. So, but I see, your point is right, that it was basically innovative at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we have to thank for that other than a bunch of really terrible movies?
Well, that's what always happens when you come up with something new, is everyone tries to do like, oh, that was so cool, I'm going to make a found
dark and
movie.
Gritty.
Yeah. And then, dark and gritty superhero movie. And then, everyone does it. But, I don't know. I'd say out of the found footage movies, that's probably one of the better ones to watch. I think it's one of the less nausea-inducing ones as well, for some reason, because some of them get like too, you know.
It's easier.
Yeah.
There were some people in Nebraska who made one that came out. It got...
Yeah. It came out.
Yeah, they probably made more than probably made a lot more than we've made.
It happened at one point.
No,
what's it about?
It was called like The Gallows or something. It's like
that like came out. Like that was like a real movie.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, no, I saw that at the Red Box. I was like, oh, Gallows.
No, I don't mean it came out like it Endor came out.
Yeah,
they
like
it's
came
like
out.
a self-distributed thing. I mean, it came out like they have a real distributor.
Yeah,
Could be Endor at some point.
I had no idea that had anything to do with Nebraska.
Yeah, those guys are from like, I don't know, one of those places.
Lincoln, Grand Rapids.
I want to say like Waterloo, but I don't think it's Waterloo. It's just further out than that. But so that
Kearney. Yeah,
they don't have ambition.
They don't have cameras in Kearney.
they haven't got that yet. They still have Pioneer Museums in Kearney.
They do, don't they?
They really do. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I'm trying to think here. So Cloverfield's coming out, or it is out now.
There was a few other things, but I can't remember what. I don't really pay attention.
We talked about them.
Oh, there goes it.
There, yeah. Now I'm dark.
Yes.
Now you're.
The spotlight is.
Now you're the good one. Now you have to be the interesting one.
That's not how this works.
That is how this works. So I can't remember any other movies, but have you read House of Leaves?
No, my sister has, and when she finishes it, she's giving it to me.
Okay.
So I'm in line to not Tori. Tori doesn't read books.
Did Tori go to the movie?
She did. Yeah,
I
met her in her dude thing, and he's like 8 feet tall and like just huge, and he's like, hi, and I'm like, hello.
I like your movie guy.
He's from Tongo.
He's from where's Tongo?
I don't know. My mom was telling me, she's like, oh yeah, he's from Tongo. I'm like, oh cool, Congo. She's like, no, Tongo. Yeah, Congo. You know, and it's like,
Tongo.
She's like, no, Tongo with a T. I'm like, what? There's a Tongo, and then apparently,
there's Tongo.
There's
There's a Congo.
Probably, maybe it's next to Congo, Or there's Congo, Dongo, Iango, Fongo, and then you gotta go through.
Probably just getting offensive here now. So he's not American though.
I don't know.
Unless Tongo is in America somewhere.
I don't know.
It's like Tongo.
Tongo, Mississippi.
Yeah, right. Could be. I don't know. Did they like the movie?
I didn't get a chance to talk to them much.
Oh, okay.
They had to go. Like my mom was babysitting.
They left. They walked out.
Yeah. Like, hi Chris, and then left, and then.
Oh, it's black and white. Let's leave.
Yeah, right. No, actually, she enjoys older films for some reason. She enjoys that 1950s aesthetic for black and white and whatnot.
I'd rather people think it's a 50s aesthetic than say it looks like a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
I have to say, of all the compliments I've gotten, that's the only one that I get really irritated of. Where you're like, oh yeah, it's really good. It's like Kevin Smith made it. I'm like,
That's funny.
I don't know.
I feel like it'd be okay to be associated with old Kevin Smith, but not new Kevin Smith.
But old Kevin Smith was only good when you were like that magical age and you watched it, and then you try to go back and you're like, why was this so clever to me?
I think Clerks and Clerks 2 are good.
I haven't watched them in a while, but
I like them.
I didn't mind Clerks. I think Clerks 2 was better than I was anticipating it being because you think that would be terrible. I know Mallrats has aged terribly. I tried rewatching that.
Yeah.
Chasing Amy, I never really got all that into.
I thought that was okay.
Yeah. I think my problem with that is Ben Affleck. I don't like him in that movie at all. I
Affleck.
really like Jason Lee, but I don't really like the movies where he gets the prominent roles. I think he's a funny guy. Like I love him in Mallrats. I just don't like Mallrats. I did like it as a kid, but
it's been a while since I've watched Mallrats or Chasing Amy.
Trying to Dogma I rewatched and
Dogma didn't hold up.
It's okay.
It comes off as that childish atheist kind of movie. You know what I mean? It's like
it's a clever plot. It's a clever idea. It's just I don't know. I love the scene where they kill all the movie's board of directors. I think that part's great. And there's maybe one or two other scenes that work, but it's okay. Then Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I don't know if I could watch again.
That was bad.
Yeah, that one never really did it for me. It was. It's weird that he made a whole movie of in jokes. It's a collection of in jokes based on things that he'd already done. I don't know. It's a weird.
I think it's an interesting concept. Yeah.
And you never saw Tusk, right?
No.
Tusk, I'm telling you, if you can just find a fan edit where they don't have any Johnny Depp scenes,
it's like a 45-minute
worth
version of the
watching.
movie.
Seriously, there's probably about an hour of good stuff in there.
See, somebody at work told me it was the other way around. But it's like, yeah, it was good. Johnny Depp's really good in that movie, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. She also told me that it was directed by the guy who made Trailer Park Boys, which I didn't know. I'd be like, no, it wasn't him. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure it was. I'm like, no, it's not.
What's your level of entertainment by Johnny Depp saying things in an overly goofy way and wearing funny hats and noses and things?
It was okay at one point. I liked
that first Pirates movie.
Yeah, Curse of the Black Pearl. I think was a.
It was a fun movie.
I put it in the same vein as The Mummy. You know what I mean? Where it's that.
I'd say it's better than The Mummy. But
really, I love The Mummy. The first Mummy.
I don't know how long it's been since I watched
really?
The Mummy.
Oh man, Brendan Fraser's so great in that movie. I don't know why.
That's
perfect for him. I don't know why. But
that's where we should keep Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. It's just. He gets stuck in The Mummy. That's just it.
I watched all three of those Mummy movies actually. The second one was terrible.
Yeah,
the third one made the second one look okay.
Yeah, the other two don't count. You just gotta watch the first one.
The third one had the weird Yeti sequence.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
And Chinese soldiers instead of Nazis type deal. So there weren't even Nazis in the other.
Oh, they recast Rachel Weisz too.
Oh yeah. I watched 10 minutes of the first one. I got bored.
And the kid was 15 years older in 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Has Brendan Fraser been in anything since then? Is he done? Is he?
I don't know. I haven't seen him much recently.
I don't miss him.
He was in that one episode of Scrubs that was really sad. Or I guess a couple.
Isn't he dead or something? He's a ghost following Dr. Cox or something.
He dies at one point, and Dr. Cox is in such denial that he doesn't realize that he's dead. And they go to his funeral.
Was that really sad, or is that just schlocky?
They don't really make it obvious until he goes to the funeral.
Yeah,
and then
I forgot how Scrubs would always every episode had that weird dramatic turn. Right?
Yeah, it gets really sad.
Oh,
for 5
but
seconds.
Things actually have weight.
You're like, oh no, and then but Dr. Cox thinks he's going to his son's birthday party.
But then he's dead.
Then they're at Brendan Fraser's funeral. It's like, oh, okay.
Well then, I would get. Because people are like, oh yeah, it's like Clerks, because basically they hear the movies in black and white, and they're like, oh, like Clerks. It's a Clerks throwback.
Yeah, it's got the schlubby dude. doesn't really work anywhere, but close enough.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it. I've lost my saying something is like it's like Kevin Smith-esque is just not.
You're supposed to say it's like Francis Ha. Like you have this very.
It's Chiefo.
You have this one exact like compliment.
Francis Ha. Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it's the problem though is that Greta Gerwig is so immediately charming that I don't know that our movie can have the same effect, because as much as Will's great in the movie, but there's something that he's not Greta Gerwig.
He's the anti-charm, I think, as well. It's like
he's the anti-charm. I think he's charming in the movie.
He's charming because he's so bad at being charming. I think like, he does everything like in that.
But
like,
Greta's not entirely different from that. She's not an entirely different category.
Fine, maybe she rocks the anti-charm thing as well. Like she's that goofy like tries to be charming. She fails at it, but the failing at the being charming is what's charming about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
What I mean?
I think they're in the same category, but
I haven't seen Francis Ha, so I don't know.
You should see Francis Ha. It's very good.
You always tell me that. So
I love that movie. It's so good. That and Mistress America, the Baumbach Gerwig collection.
Ooh.
I guess Greenberg also counts, but she didn't co-write that one, so it's not quite as jovial.
Okay. Does she bring the joviosity to the movie?
Well, what's funny is so Baumbach, he made 3 movies in the 90s. He made like 2.5. One of them he never finished, but it still got released anyway.
Okay.
They're basically, I don't think they're that bad. I think they get a worse rap than they deserve, but they're not like great movies, but they're very much like emulating styles that he likes in other things, and you can kind of point to some of those and see where he's taking things directly. And I mean, like they're entertaining and they're kind of funny. They're a little aged. Like his first one, Kicking and Screaming, is not aged terribly well. The second one, Mr. Jealousy, I think actually was pretty good.
Kicking and Screaming, like Will Ferrell kicking and screaming.
No,
okay, that's like
they stole
God.
the title. Then he made one that was they're very much like this other film, like Whit Stillman. I feel like they're like Whit Stillman fan fiction almost. But then there was an 8-year gap where he couldn't get anything funded because those ones didn't really make any money. And then he comes back, co-writes Life Aquatic.
Okay.
And then he makes 3 movies: Squid and the Whale, Margot at the Wedding, and Greenberg. And they're all kind of coming from this depressed, dark, but kind of funny place of working through these issues. And then he meets Greta Gerwig for her supporting role in Greenberg. They start dating. And then Francis Ha is like this wonderfully rejuvenated, happy, like very pleasant movie. It's very different from his other ones. While We're Young kind of carries along that same thing. It's like he's made like a depressed trilogy and now a happy trilogy. And so people could probably say that being around Greta Gerwig has influenced him in that way.
It cheers you up a little bit.
It's no, he's more charming just by being around her.
He's got that contact charm.
He's got she rubs off on him.
So in more ways than one.
We can get that out.
We can't now. We're stuck. Like it's
Yeah, well, no, who's going to make it this far?
Vegetable Lasagna, the movie.
I think most people probably give up when we have the feedback loop. I don't think anyone's still watching at this point. But this is our anti-charm right here. Is what this is.
Most of their first time.
It's our first time.
We're still floundering around trying to figure this out.
We're flapping around, waiting to get put back in the water. And we'll die at some point, maybe, or we'll survive. We'll evolve. We will adapt, or we will
transcend live streaming, and then we'll be good.
We need to grow our legs. Is what needs to happen.
Yes.
And lungs.
Learn how to walk upright.
I guess lungs are probably the first priority, and then legs. As long as we can breathe, then
we can keep the gills as long as I guess they work above water. Yeah.
That's true. Our gills.
Adapt our gills.
Adapt our gills. Yeah. That's on the docket. We'll just keep going from there. We've got. God, Naomi Jones is getting ready. We start filming in like a month. Yeah,
I need to look at your schedule you sent me. I haven't really read it yet.
You're gonna need to take off some weekend days.
Okay.
There's one day we're waiting to figure out if Leah can do it. Otherwise, we'll stick with those days.
Okay.
And then the actual specific scenes will kind of jump around based on everyone else's stuff. Like Katie already has one conflict, so we need to move some stuff, and then Well, then we need to confirm our location. Well,
there's a whole bunch of stuff.
This is the first, this is the first shooting draft, so it's all going to be, or the shooting schedule. So it's all made with the concept that this is probably not what it's going to look like, and then we'll see how fast we can shoot. Because in my mind, it's always like Yeah, we can get it done in like a very compact amount of time, and then we never can. So. Well, this time, it's weird. I go to the rehearsals, and I'm like, I don't need to rehearse with these people. They're all good.
So maybe we start making costumes though.
I have some stuff I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Because I'm in the process of buying some leaves.
Oh yeah, you didn't just go outside and start raking?
No, because they'll biodegrade.
No, I'm just.
I don't rake. If you mow over them, they'll biodegrade faster and fertilize the yard.
Okay. But it leaves a mess in your yard.
No, because it biodegrades.
Eventually.
Yeah. The leaves are not that bad.
You mow your leaves.
Leaves are not important.
They are not.
I planted some potatoes today.
Oh really? Where at? Just in the backyard?
In the back, yeah.
Nice.
I had some potatoes that were starting to go old.
They had the little things sprouting.
Yeah, they were just starting to
Can you just cut those out?
They were starting to reach for me. So I was like, well, I'll just put them in the ground. I was like,
try and get me now.
Well, I'm thinking either I can compost them or I can just plant them.
Yeah, I might as well grow some potatoes.
Yeah, I was like,
you can plant them in your compost, or we'll use the compost with the soil.
That's a new level of intensity.
That's what you're supposed to do with it, isn't it?
No, you put the compost on fertilizer after you can mix it with the dirt and put it on top of the dirt.
Not just in the compost.
Oh, I thought you meant grow potatoes in my compost pile.
Grow potatoes out of trash. I mean, then you're just eating trash.
Well, trash is
trash potatoes.
Subjective. Trash is just a social construct.
One man's potatoes, another man's trash.
Both. The two are not mutually exclusive.
Oh.
So I'll see if the potatoes. But if those work, then I'm like, well, I'll just start a vegetable garden. I guess.
Might as well grow some watermelons.
Yeah. This is exactly what
I can see you walking.
Well,
you got the whole rack of seeds, sunflowers, watermelons,
squash. This is my mentality of well, I planted potatoes, may as well make a whole garden out of it.
I started my herb garden now that it's not just snowy outside.
Where's your herb garden?
I'm gonna get one of those little rack ones. I have it on my deck.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right?
That's exciting.
You should give me some compost and I can put it in my fertilizer and soil and whatnot.
You know what I should do probably is just get a chunk of it and then give it to you in a plastic container, and you can let that just get really hot outside one day and biodegrade faster.
Okay.
Because I've gotten the big thing, and it'll get there. Well, I need to divide mine up, and so
that's right. You told
then
me it's. How do you know when it's good to go?
When it's just dirt looking.
Weird. It just eventually turns into dirt. Huh. That's so bizarre.
It's
the
future.
circle of life.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think it's cool. How much trash have I put in that thing? And it's always,
so much.
I wish it was down. Yeah, seriously. It's been full 4 or 5 times.
Be interesting for 10 seconds.
And he's gone.
And I'm gone.
And I'm here by myself, talking to myself. I don't know. I guess he's going to the bathroom or something. I don't know. He didn't even announce it. You'd think he'd say something about it, but instead he just kind of runs off. And I'm left to talk about, I don't know, potatoes. Do I talk about potatoes, or I'm not sure what I'm supposed to talk about? I don't know why he didn't say where he was going. I guess I'll take this time to apologize for how bad this has gone. We got people over here. Yeah, so I'm sorry that he's gone. I'm sorry that it took so long for us to get this going. So I don't know if this is the end. I guess we're almost at an hour. So we'll kind of wrap things up here. Hopefully the comments are okay. I don't know if the comments stick around. I don't know if they disappear after the live stream ends. I guess these are things we will figure out. Hopefully we'll be able to figure out the webcam so that way it doesn't look terrible like this every week. Because this would be annoying. Also, we'll be able to see the comments if we can actually have the laptop right here. So instead of having to do it over there, that'd be cool. Yeah. So this is boring. This is the boring part now because I'm all by myself. Comments. I guess if there's still comments going, comments for improvement. What could we talk about? I guess it would be cool if we could get you guys send topics for us to talk about or something. Because then we don't have this problem, especially if I'm stuck by myself. Then I can talk to you guys about whatever it is you want to talk about. Because I see comments happening there, but they're too far away for me to read. I like how you didn't even tell me.
I'm sorry.
You literally ran away in the middle of me talking about whatever.
My eyes were itching and burning, and I had to go to the bathroom, and there was no way. I couldn't find a way to pause, and I just.
Yeah, but then I'm just like,
sorry.
Guess he's coming back.
I'll be back eventually. Usually.
Well, let's wrap it up because this is terrible now.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Well,
I had nothing.
What did you talk about when I was gone?
I had nothing to talk about.
Oh, you can just sit patiently. We're live. It's only a couple of seconds.
No, that's like a minute.
You didn't bring your guest on the show?
No, she's not gonna come on. All right, so tea of the week.
Oh man, are there any kind of Ethiopian teas that you know of?
No.
Besides the coffee,
there's no Ethiopian teas.
They don't have tea in Ethiopia. They figured out coffee. They didn't need it. We're not gonna have tea this week.
What?
Oh.
We're not gonna have tea this week.
Huh.
You gonna come to rehearsal? Are we having a rehearsal? I don't know if we're having a rehearsal.
When?
Never mind.
This week? Yeah.
We
sure.
try to have them every Sunday, and then like no one shows up. So
You usually have to work, and then it's like I try to get off work early, and I show up on time, and it's just
Moose
like,
Anderson couldn't make it.
No,
we got another showing we gotta sell, so that's what we're going on.
yeah, we gotta plug that.
We have to plug that tea.
I don't drink much tea anymore. I've switched back to my coffee. Like
Our
just
coffee of the week.
Coffee of the week, Ethiopian. We're having Ethiopian.
Yeah, but that's spoiled. That's like the first thing I talked about.
They didn't know that was gonna be the tea of the week, though. That's coffee. That can't be the tea of the week. Fine. Coffee of the week.
Just pick it every time. Just name one.
Folgers.
Folgers is the tea of the week.
Folgers,
Coffee of the week, whatever.
Dark roast. The good stuff.
I apologize sincerely for the way this turned out, but it was probably always going to be stuck at this level from the beginning.
This was the test run. This was like our make sure we could turn on the computer, and we couldn't. And then it's,
oh gosh! If only we could have taken back those like 4 hours of prep that we did.
Was it that long?
It was a long time. You came over like 6.
Oh yeah, it's almost 10:30 now.
Yeah, so it was like 3 hours.
Wow.
And we're at the end here, so
I think we're gonna call it a day.
We're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a week.
Yeah.
We will be back in greater number. We will
next week.
Next week there will be double the amount of episodes. And
I was like, people, we're having twice as many people. Normally, one more.
I still we're gonna get the Walden Pond head.
Yes, we gotta figure that out. We'll have to actually mess with this software some other time when we're not like about to go on the air.
Yeah, we absolutely need to because I want to get the webcam to do it.
Yes, that'd be nice.
We want to switch to a wider lens too. There's just a lot of little things. But all right, so
yeah.
Folgers tea, your tea of the
Folgers
week, your official tea of the week.
Yes.
Don't drink it though; it's not good. It's
I would not
really bad. What was there was some kind of instant coffee in the adaptation.
It was bad. It was Taster's Choice or something like that.
Taster's Choice.
Yeah.
Don't drink that either.
I tried that. No, I even put the cream in there. It didn't help.
I think any instant coffee we can probably just disqualify.
Yeah.
All right. So now the fun part. How do we turn it off? Make it stop.
Tom just like a computer.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
That was only 30 minutes. Wow.